is you ask them what their problems are. A lot of teams will do questionnaires. I personally hate questionnaires because I find that if you've created a questionnaire for a group of people, you're probably going to ask very leading questions. You've probably got an idea in your head what their problems are already. So you're probably going to ask questions that will help you tick those boxes. So the best thing to do is really just to sit down with your beneficiaries and a partner organisation if you're working with them and say, look, what are your problems? Why are you here? What is the root cause of these issues? So staying with the example of homelessness, why are these people homeless? Is it because of this reason? Unless you understand those root causes, you won't be able to create a project that actually solves that need, because you won't be tackling the root causes. It's like, they always say, putting a plaster on a boo-boo rather than actually solving it. So you should always ask, this is just detailed in that, you should always ask why. Why are they in that situation? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? And then you can start to create a project that meets those needs. This is something which I actually stole from Enactus UK and I've not used before, but I think it's actually a really useful diagram. Now, what it's saying, that first bit is about tracking the needs of your beneficiaries and then looking at the root causes of those needs. The second bit is actually leading in nicely to my next part of my presentation, which is creating your project solution. It's about identifying the strengths and wants of your beneficiaries, and that should happen in your needs assessment. It's not enough for you to sit down with a group of people, say, okay, what are your problems? And then for you as a group of young people to go away and to come up with a project to solve all those needs. If you don't know what these people are good at, if you don't know what their ambitions are, if you don't know what they want. So as well as doing a needs assessment, you also need to do kind of a strengths and wants and wishes and dreams assessment as well. Does that make sense? So sticking to this first part, so the things you need to come out with once you've done your needs assessment, you need to have identified your target group, understand the root causes of their need, understand their strengths and wants, hopes and dreams and desires, and establish shared ambitions. So I'm just going to give you one example of a project, and I think it illustrates why doing a proper needs assessment is important. So one of my old colleagues, a lady called Ishita, she was an Enactus student as well, and she wanted to work with women in on-street prostitution. And this was something she was really passionate about. So she started off researching the project and decided she wants to work with these women, but found that she couldn't get access to them straight away. Realistically, you can't walk up to a woman in the street and say, "Will you be involved in my project?" It's going to be straight with you there. So eventually she realised that she needed to work through another organisation, an organisation where women who had been in on-street prostitution would come to once they realised that they actually didn't want to be involved in that sort of line of work anymore. So she decided to work with that partner organisation. And she spoke a lot to the social workers, didn't actually meet the women themselves, but she thought, okay, these women, they've not been in what we would call proper work in a long time. They don't know how to look for work, they don't have the right sort of skills or experience. So probably what they need is CV workshops, maybe a bit of work experience, something like that. So she spent a long time with her team preparing this project, putting together all these resources. They're really good resources as well. Put all these posters up around this shelter for these women to come. And then turned up on the day of the first session, and not a single woman turned up. And the reason was that she'd never even spoken to these women. She didn't understand that actually, yes, they did need CV workshops, skills training, blah,